There are moments in life when everything you thought was solid quietly collapses. Not with noise, not with chaos, not with an explosion that warns you to brace yourself, but with silence. A silence so deep that one day you wake up and realize the life you are running toward is no longer waiting for you. Have you ever felt that? Like the world kept moving while you stayed behind, standing in the same place, holding on to something that already let go of you. This story is not about failure. It's about what happens after failure, when you don't know how to move forward, but you also can't go back. And maybe this story is about you. Matteo was a chef. Not the kind you see on television. Not famous, not celebrated, but real. He learned to cook in a small kitchen where recipes were passed down by memory, not measurements. Food, to him, wasn't a skill. It was a language. By the time he was in his 30s, he opened a small restaurant. Modest, warm, honest. It wasn't perfect, but it was his. He worked longer hours than anyone else, sacrificed weekends, missed birthdays, missed sleep. And for a while, it worked. The tables were full. The reviews were kind. People knew his name. Matteo believed what many of us believe. If I give everything I have, life will give something back. But life doesn't work on guarantees. A single kitchen fire shut him down for weeks. Insurance delayed. Costs rose. A critic visited on the worst night possible. Then came debt. Then came silence. The restaurant closed. And just like that, the thing he built his identity on was gone. What people don't tell you about failure is that it doesn't just take what you build. It tries to take who you are. Matteo kept walking past the restaurant. Every morning, same route, same pause. The sign was gone. The windows were dark. But he stood there anyway, as if staring long enough might turn time backward. Inside his head, the noise was constant. What if I tried harder? What if I made one different decision? What if I didn't trust the wrong person? He replayed every mistake like a courtroom trial, hoping to find one moment that could save everything. But looking back never fixes forward. Reflection can teach you, but it cannot rescue you. Still, Matteo held on, because letting go felt like admitting that the dream was dead, and worse, that he might be too. He avoided people. Friends reminded him of who he used to be. Their kindness felt like pity. Their encouragement felt empty. He stopped cooking. The kitchen, once his refuge, now felt like a reminder of everything he lost. This is the cruelty of failure. It convinces you that staying stuck is safer than trying again. That movement is dangerous. That hope is naive. So Matteo stayed still, alive but not living. One evening, rain poured down on the city. Matteo stood under the awning of a closed shop, watching people run past him, moving forward despite the storm. And for the first time, he admitted the truth to himself. I'm not waiting, I'm hiding. That realization hurt more than the loss itself. Because healing doesn't begin when you're strong. It begins when you're honest. The next morning, Matteo visited an old man named Luca. a retired baker known for his quiet wisdom. Luca was sweeping flour from his doorstep, hands rough, face calm. Matteo sat beside him and said, "I lost everything." Luca didn't rush to comfort him. Instead, he asked, "If a glass shatters in your hand, do you keep holding it, hoping it will become whole again?" Matteo looked down. "No," he said. Luca nodded. "Then why are you still holding what broke you?" Those words stayed with Matteo all day. Because they were simple, and because they were true. What broke you will not heal you. Letting go isn't weakness. It's choosing to stop bleeding. The next day, Matteo didn't walk past the restaurant. He took a different street. It felt wrong, like betrayal. But every step away from the ruins felt lighter than the one before. Change doesn't announce itself loudly. It begins quietly, with a single decision to stop standing where you were broken. Matteo didn't rebuild his restaurant. Not yet. Instead, he helped. He taught young cooks how to prepare simple meals. He volunteered at a shelter. He cooked for people who didn't care about his past. His pride whispered, "You used to lead, now you serve." But another voice, calmer, deeper, answered, "This is how you heal." Here's a truth many never learn. Rebirth rarely begins in glory. It begins in humility. Months passed. Matteo found rhythm again. Not the frantic pace of survival, but a steady, grounded movement. He began journaling. At first, the words were angry, then tired, then honest. "I'm still alive. I still have time. I can choose again." And slowly, ideas returned. Not driven by ego, not chasing applause, but rooted in purpose. Matteo eventually opened a small kitchen again. No spotlight, no pressure, just good food. Shared honestly. And something changed. He no longer needed success to prove his worth. He understood something deeper. Success is not about rebuilding what you lost. It's about building what you learned. Years later, people didn't talk about Matteo's failure. They talked about his resilience. Not because he never fell, but because he refused to stay down. Standing in his new kitchen one evening, Matteo whispered, "I am not what I lost. I am what I chose to rebuild." And that is the lesson. If you are standing in the ruins of something you loved, don't stay there. Don't keep holding broken glass, hoping it will become a window. Take one step forward, then another. Not fast, not perfect, just forward. Because your story didn't end where you fell. It begins the moment you decide to rise. If this story resonated with you, take a moment to like this video. Share it with someone who might be standing in silence right now. And if you want more stories that help you rebuild from the inside out, subscribe to Ethanspire Stories. We'll walk this journey together. Until next time, keep moving forward.